Hello, everyone, and welcome to another great episode of the Gridiron Glory here, where Will and Tad are here. We're recapping a late Monday night football game between the LA Chargers and the Las Vegas Raiders, a divisional matchup, with the winner taking over outright first place in the AFC West, which is kind of unbelievable to think about with how much it's been dominated by a certain other team for the past several years. But the Chargers, they come out. They are now the first place team in the division. They start 2-0, both wins against the division. They beat the Raiders 20-9 on the road. In this game, Justin Herbert 19 out of 27 with 242 yards, two touchdowns, no picks, a very strong showing there. Also, 31 yards rushing on 9 carries. I mean, his mobility fairly underrated. I mean, of course, he had that big run week 1 to ice the Chiefs game, and he had several other key plays on the ground as well today, in that game. So Justin Herbert, very strong game there. Keenan Allen and Quentin Johnson are continuing very strong comeback seasons, both having touchdowns in this game. Allen seven targets, 5 catches, 61 yards. Quentin Johnston 3 catches for 71 yards to go with their touchdowns. And Johnson also had that impressive 60-yard play. So, I mean, what's your take on the receiver room in the Chargers after this game?
Well, Keenan Allen, for sure, and Quentin Johnson too, will be going high up in my celebration, touchdown celebration rankings with some of their dances that they did, especially specifically Keenan Allen when he got that touchdown catch in the corner of the end zone. Worth noting that the celebration there was incredibly good. So that's important here. We take that very seriously. Touchdown celebrations absolutely matter. Just ask any Minnesota Vikings fan last season; they'll tell you. Some that may be on this very podcast. But anyways, yeah, Keenan Allen. I'm just really glad that he's back. He's getting involved in this Chargers offense, and I'm sure Justin Herbert is also just really happy to have him back as well.
Yeah, definitely. Strong players there. I mean, and obviously we know what Lad McConkey can do as well. He didn't have the biggest game, 5 catches for 48 yards, but he's also an impact player. So I mean, this is a very talented receiver. I'm also fairly high on Trey Harris. He might not have a big impact this year, but I think the rookie there, I think they have a good one there too. So just a lot of good depth here in the receiver room. And also you definitely can't forget about their starting tight end Will Disley, who had 1 catch for 7 yards. And after seeing that, where would you rank Will Disley among tight ends that are starting in the NFL?
Well, as a blocking tight end, I would rank him amongst a high. If we're talking about pure blocking tight ends, he's definitely like a top five, top 10 blocking tight end. If we're talking about receiving tight ends, probably in the lower tier, I would just say that Will Disley, while a starting tight end, is preliminary mainly. I mean, that's what he's known for, is being more of a blocking tight end, and he serves a great role in that. Just you maybe want to see him get the ball a little bit more, but. I mean, there's a reason he's more of a blocking tight end. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, you're never gonna get this kind of Will Disley coverage on any other podcast you listen to. So exclusively here on the Gridiron Glory. The Chargers defense, a very strong game from the first play of the game from scrimmage when Dayon Henley intercepted Geno Smith. You could tell that the defense was locked in. They were making things very difficult. Henley with 10 tackles, a sack, of course, the interception, 2 passes. Defended there. So very strong there. You also have the big interceptions by Tony Jefferson. Nice to see him back in the league making an impact after a few years away. And Dante Jackson with an interception as well. So I mean, just big plays there by the Chargers secondary.
Oh yeah, some absolutely incredible plays for sure by the Chargers secondary. Even late in the game, Tad, when the Raiders were on a long third down conversion, they they need to make a big play. You got that 9 route that you throw to the end zone. I don't know if I would have necessarily thrown the 9 to the end zone. I would have gone maybe a wheel route or a side route or a slant route or a flag route. I mean, but very gutsy and risky of Pete Carroll to make that play call against this specific Chargers secondary in that moment. Some may agree with me, some may disagree with me, depending on who you ask, maybe even on this very podcast. But yeah,
Yeah, I
my
mean, I thought g- go on, sorry.
and I mean, some also might question Pete Carroll's coaching decisions in this game, like maybe him kicking the field goal to make it 9 points instead of going for it on the fourth down. Some people might sit here and say that that was Pete Carroll giving up. But to me, my take on that was Pete Carroll did everything. Obviously the drive didn't work out the way he intended it to. So you get the points, you get the for sure points that you can get. You trust your defense with an ample amount of time on the clock to possibly get a 3 and out or a stop, and then you get the ball back, go down, get the 2 point conversion. Trust your defense again. So it was just a situation where Pete Carroll was basically rolling the dice to trust his defense twice in that moment, and it didn't pay off for him. It didn't work out, but people want to sit here and on this very podcast, even maybe so perhaps bash Pete Carroll's decision for that. But I would say that Pete Carroll, and I'm a Denver Broncos fan, worth noting that I would say Pete Carroll made the right call in that moment.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely had a bit of a different perspective on that play. I certainly would have preferred to have seen Pete Carroll go for it in that situation. Down 14, you're going to need, regardless of what you do, you're going to need 2 touchdowns in all likelihood to tie the game, take the lead potentially. But in that situation, I mean, they choose to kick. That's what they did. They trusted their defense. And I mean, to their credit, the defense did get the stop. So I mean, it would have worked out fine in the end. I mean, they couldn't move the ball anyway, so it was all a moot point at the end. But I mean, Pete Carroll, I mean, he makes the decisions he makes to try to win football games. I mean, that's what they're paid the big bucks to do, to make these difficult decisions. And I mean, credit to him there for doing what he could do. One last point on the Chargers, I do want to say it's very unfortunate to see the injury to Khalil Mack. He had a big sack early in the game, but then was seen on the sideline in a clearly injured state. So hopefully he can get back in action sooner rather than later.
Yeah, Khalil Mack, that's a big loss for the Chargers. Really hate to see it for Khalil Mack, and just for them, hopefully he can make the best recovery and get him back as soon as you can. And hopefully, it's before the playoffs, and hopefully by then the Chargers are contending for the playoffs, and hopefully it's late in the season when they could really use him. So, yeah, some other similar situations like that around the league right now, but yes.
Certainly, yes. Looking at the Raiders, it was a very rough game for Geno Smith. Unfortunately for him, he had a strong week
Oh,
one, not so much the same there.
I
Yeah.
I also sorry, but I also do want to shout out that interception that did occur off of the when Myers was trying to go for the catch, and then the secondary again, this Chargers secondary when it was 20-9 with 6 minutes left did get that interception in the end zone. So again, the Chargers secondary, I don't think that got worth mentioned enough that they played a good game. But yeah, keep going.
Yeah, definitely, as mentioned, a strong game by the Chargers secondary. Gino, a very difficult time, like you said, because of the Chargers secondary. 24-43, 180 yards, the no touchdowns, the 3 interceptions, sacked 3 times. I mean, he had a strong week one against the Patriots, and he leveled up in competition. And I mean, it did not look as good, which I mean, you would expect it to be a more difficult game out west against a strong Chargers defense. But tough game there for Gino. Tough game for the Raiders, I should say, on offense. Genti had a tough time moving the ball, 11 carries for 43 yards. Just not what you were hoping to see from the Raiders.
No, not what you were hoping to see at all. I mean, Genty, you didn't get involved enough, like you mentioned. Gino, just yeah, I honestly feel like a big part, like the Chargers defense. I mean, we were harping on the Chargers defense for a few seasons, and now here they are. And they went out there last night and said, "Hey, we just might be the best defense in the AFC West, and we're gonna find that out next week in week 3 who that really is when they go head to head." But yeah, the LA Chargers just made a statement on defense on the road in their division rival's house.
Yeah, definitely good game there for the Chargers defense. The Raiders, in the receiving game, 6 catches, 68 yards for Myers, 5 catches, 38 yards for Bowers, who was playing obviously less than 100%. He was injured week 1 and he tried to gut out a tough performance, and did what he could there. So that's what they got in the receiving game. Looking a little at the Raiders defense, Jeremy Chin had 6 tackles. He played a fairly strong game, I thought. And I mean, just Max Crosby, you know what you're going to get out of Max Crosby.
Yeah, Max Crosby always very solid, always great, always does his job. And I would have liked to maybe have seen a sack from him or maybe a few more tackles, but he did great.
AJ Cole had a couple of good punts for the Raiders. 2 punts, 114 yards, average 57 long of 60. I mean, very strong game there. Just a
Oh,
couple punts, but did the job.
I mean, AJ Cole, I mean, one of the more premier punters in the league. I mean, this was a game of two punters in this game. So, yeah, AJ Cole versus JK Scott, and, two punters that really went at it. But AJ Cole, yeah, just 60-yard punt in this game. So, worth shouting
Yeah.
out.
Yeah, like you were saying earlier, next week we will have the big matchup with the Chargers going against Denver. Chargers, if they could start 3-0 with 3 wins against the own division, that would be a huge way to start the season. And Denver, of course, looking to draw even atop the division, so that could be a fun one. And then the Raiders, they go cross country to take on the Washington Commanders.
Yeah, that'll be fun. So the Raiders, last time the Raiders were on the East Coast, they won. Last time the Raiders were in that region of the country, they won a football game. So that might be the area of the country where they play good. So we'll see.
We shall certainly see. Thank you all for watching the Good Iron Glory here with Will and Tad. We cover all 32 teams, exclusive reports, exclusive commentary on Will Disley, and all things exclusive. So thank you all for watching the Good Iron Glory. Please continue to like, subscribe, and follow for more quality content.